drawing and then painting a little skeleton head that has some flowers on it, so it kind of resembles a sugar skull. So you should have your paints. You have a red, a black, and white, and then you have some colors. The colors may vary depending on what package you got. In addition to your kit, you're going to need a pencil, some paper towels to the side, and water to the side, just so you can wash and dry your brush. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the skeleton head, and then we will start painting it. So you're going to need that pencil first. So pause if you don't have a pencil. If you do, let's get started. So we're going to make a skeleton head just in the center of our canvas. So all I'm going to do is I am going to make as big as you can on your canvas. I'm going to make a nice oval or circle. You want it big that your hand could almost fit in it. So I have an oval or a circle, and make it draw big when you draw. From that oval or circle, I'm just going to make one line, 2 lines coming down, and then connect them. So there we kind of have our skeleton head. What I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that line. So you have kind of a head shape. So I like to put my nose. We're going to draw eyes, a nose, and a little mouth. I'm going to do my nose. For my nose, I like to make an upside down heart, but you could just make it a triangle. So I'm just going to do an upside down heart. That's going to be our nose. To make our eyes, I'm just going to draw ovals. I draw them a little tilted. And then all I'm going to do, just going to darken those so you could see them. You could do ovals, circles. For eyes, I'm just going to make like a little smiley and put some lines to represent my smile. Now I said this is going to be a sugar skull, which is a candy that they give out at Day of the Dead, which is the day after Halloween. So we are going to make some flowers on the top. It's traditional. They hand out this little sugar candy, and it has a skull with some flowers. So to make the flowers, it's going to be super simple. I'm just going to make circles. 1, 2, 3 circles is all I'm going to add right now, but in the end, you could always go back and add more. So once we have this done, you can put your pencil away and find your bigger brush. And I am just going to paint my skeleton, just the face, going around the eyes, the nose, but you could go right over the mouth. I'm going to paint it white. Make sure if you have erasing shavings, you clear those so they don't get mixed in with your paint. I am just going around. If you get a little in your eyes and your circles, I would go around those roses. And your color flowers could be any color, depending on what colors you give in. These are just acrylic paint, so if you have any acrylic paints at home, you could use them as well. So after I paint my skeleton, make sure I'm in all those lines. If you get a little outside the lines, that's okay. I'm going to wash and dry my brush. Now, since this is Halloween, I'm going to make my background black, but you can make it whatever color you'd like. So I'm going to just take some black and paint the background. So that's everything around my skeleton's face. Just take your time, paint that background. I'm still using my bigger brush, but if you need your smaller brush to get around some areas, go for it. So you're painting on a canvas board, which is very similar to like the standard canvas, but this has a little stand in the back. So if you want to hang it, if you want to stand it up for a little decoration, you're welcome to. All right, after I do my black, we are going to start to work on our flowers. So the flowers, I'm going to use my small brush. I'm going to paint each one a different color, and I'm just going to paint it one color. So I'm just going to paint a circle. I'm going to paint 2 of them red. And I'm just painting them just a plain color. I got a little black in there, that's all right. And we're gonna go back eventually and add details to this, but just keeping it one simple color. My next one, ooh, I got splashed a little water on myself. My next one, I have a little blue up here. I'm gonna paint it blue, but you could do whatever color you'd like. And you could always go back later and add more flowers if you'd like. So I have my flower outlines done. I'm gonna wash and dry my brush. And then while the flower is drying a little, I'm gonna go back with some black and paint inside my nose and inside my eyes. Once again, you could do this in any color that you'd like. And you should be using your smaller brush. Take your time and outline and then fill in. There we go. I'm going to wash my brush again to take a little paint off, and then with a little tiny bit of black or whatever color you'd like, I'm going to go over my mouth. Just a little bit of color. The less paint you have on your brush, the less will end up on your painting. So if you want any thin lines or anything, always do a small bit of paint. All right, so now we're gonna start working on those flowers. I'm gonna give you a little close up. So we're gonna make these into roses, and how I like to do that is I'm going to go use my small brush with a tiny bit of white paint. And all I'm gonna do the big one first. I'm gonna put a dot of white paint. And then around that dot, I'm just gonna make like little C's or little lines. It's gonna mix with the wet paint, but it's gonna create like a little, so it's not just one flat color. So I'm gonna wash my brush, do it to one of the pink flowers. So white dot in the middle, and then just go around that dot with little lines. White dot in the middle, and then go around with little lines. So once you do your initial flowers, if you want to go back, you could mix some colors. I have some paper on so I'm going to make like a little pink, a little light pink. I'll add a little light pink flower here. And all I do is start with this circle. I'm going to add one over here too. Start with this circle and then let it dry for a second. And then go back with that white and add those little petal details. And you could add as many or as little flowers as you'd like. I'm gonna put it all across the crown right here. You could even put some flowers in your background. So I'm gonna work on my flowers and then we'll meet up at the end. hours. You could let this paint's going to take like 10 to 15 minutes to dry, and then once it's dry you could use that stand and you could like stand it up for a little Halloween decoration. Make sure you cap your paints because you could definitely reuse this paint to do something else. I hope you guys had fun painting with me and have a great fall season.